Guys, Mike from the Credit Game. Thank you for being part of our channel. Thank you for being a student of education, wanting to learn, wanting to get better with your credit scores. My job is to raise the national credit average with your help, with your understanding that we're going to do this together in 2021. I'm just thankful to have you guys. So if you would, you know what that means, right? Not the cliche smash it. Go ahead and push your finger on the little button that has that. And I'm going to bring you some value today. Okay, so do that. If it's your first time on the channel, you'll see a subscribe button. So subscribe to the channel because I want to make sure you're getting videos. We're doing 2 videos every single day. So you have credit education. You know what's going on. Today's topic's a little scary. Okay, so some of you guys may have heard, and probably the majority of you guys have not heard this. Okay, so Biden, our president, is trying to pass a act/bill where, in essence, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian will no longer be the credit bureaus. Now, before you get scared, and please make sure you're sitting down because this is a serious conversation. First, you have to understand what the credit bureaus are. The credit bureaus are private companies. Okay, so we're talking about private companies. These are for profit, right? They make money. Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. And they've had lawsuits against TransUnion for false breaching data. Equifax had the data breach in 2018. Experian, they have massive lawsuits with the FTC. Okay, but it's a flawed system. At the very best, the 3 credit bureaus are flawed. We know that, okay? Which is why when you learn this, you can play the credit game against a flawed system. Biden is trying to pass to where there are no credit bureaus anymore, and to have a unbiased company that is nonprofit to essentially be the housing organization to where everything will be in one place, nonprofit, and it will be a fair practice. Now, as you know, if you're a renter, okay, and you're in a low income area, that what happens is you tend to have a lower credit score because rental payments are not reported to the credit bureaus. They are trying to allow that to happen with the new system. Okay. Same thing with your utilities. Utilities are not reported to the credit bureaus currently. They are trying to bring those to the new system. Now, if you think about the credit bureaus in general, you have to think about 3 private companies. Now, it's going to be in one central hub, nonprofit, which means they're going to try to make it as fair as possible. In fact, collections and charge-offs will only be on your credit report for 4 years instead of 7 years. The downside to the whole move, and this is where the scary part comes in, is if it actually gets passed to where the credit bureaus go away and this new system takes place, the people with bad credit, it does not wipe out the bad credit. You move over a lot of the bad credit into a new system, and a new system is not going to be easy to remove the negative collection, the charge-off, the inquiries. Like now, there's a game, right? So I teach you guys the credit game. There's a way of beating the system and getting it to where you can get stuff removed. A lot of people have no credit. 26% of Americans have no credit at all. 76% of Americans have something that is inaccurate on their credit report, whether it's an address, a name, a account number, open date, start date, whatever. This is 76% of Americans. So Biden comes in and says, okay, cool. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it into one space. And in this one space, we are going to try to make it as ethical as possible. Now, that word right there, when you're talking about credit repair, is like the devil. Because there are loopholes right now inside the credit game that allow you to remove the negatives, the inaccurates. If the president is able to get this passed and you have the negative information on your credit report, the chances and the likelihood of you getting it removed through the new system, which is going to be through the CFPB, Consumer Finance, probably not going to happen, guys. So you better learn how to play the game now and get what you need to get now. If you have yourself with inaccurate, obsolete, unfair, erroneous, incorrect information on your credit report today as you're watching this video, if it happens where they can adopt this new model and the bureaus are no longer housing the data for your credit history, because most people have no idea how they even get a score. They're like, I don't know how to get a score. Well, I can tell you, 35% is your payment history, 30% your utilization, 15% is your age, 10% of your is a mixture between revolving and installment, and 10% is your inquiry. That's how your credit score is made up. But there's 528 different algorithms that make up a credit score. I just showed you 5. So there's a couple hundred other factors that are in there that actually make up a credit score. But those are the main 5. With the new system, who knows how they're going to regulate the payment history, the inquiries, the age, the utilization. We don't know that. And when you adopt the new system, generally what happens is the people with great credit end up on the positive side. Just like I've been telling you guys about FICO 10. These people that had the FICO, that when FICO 10, now that it's being adopted, lenders are starting to pick it up. The people that have great credit are being rewarded. The people that have bad credit are getting smashed. This is going to be even worse because Biden gets this. You guys are going to a new system. You got collections or charge-offs or a lot of inquiries or negative items on your credit report, and you get adopted into a new system. Guess what? Now the credit game may not be able to play the credit game because the credit game has a system that's for the credit bureaus, not for the CFPB, not for their game. And of course, obviously, I'm going to learn the system if that happens. But I don't know how long that's going to take, how long to play the credit game through the CFPB, private company, unbiased company that's going to be dictating whether or not you get approved for a loan or not, or approved for a house or a credit card. That's why, like you said, right now, they're trying to move it over to where, look, if you're renting, right, rent payments are not reported to regular credit bureaus. Well, maybe with the new system, it will. They're saying they're going to, that data right there is very important, especially for people with low income that don't buy houses, they rent. And so the people that typically rent homes have lower credit scores because they don't have a house. Their high credit is lower, and they're typically not, able to get really high limit credit cards because of their financial situation. And rent's not reported to the credit bureaus where a mortgage is. Same thing with utilities. So Biden's going to step in and say, "Hey, we're going to try to fix all this," and that's great. And as a credit specialist educator, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. If you have bad credit today, you are going to be screwed if they adopt this. This is worse than the FICO 10. This is worse than anything I've seen. But if you have great credit, congratulations, because now I believe this new system being able to have your rent payments recorded, your utilities recorded, and they're only saying 4 years instead of 7 years that it'll stay on your credit report as far as a collection. So that all being said, education is key. You better learn this credit game between now and the time this thing comes out, because if it gets approved, the people with bad credit will stay with bad credit for 4 years, period. And I mean, there's going to be no game in the beginning, guys. Your chances now, and the president right now is putting it out there that they are trying to get this passed. Me, Mike from the credit game, is telling you, the listener, my students, you got to act. This is not something you want to wait on. A lot of you guys waited with this FICO 10 thing. I'm just going to wait, right? And guess what? Now with the lenders are starting to pick up the FICO 10, and it's going to be much harder for you to get approved for something. Because I told you before, fix your credit before FICO 10 got adopted with the lenders. This is like the holy grail to the FICO 10. This is nothing. There is no FICO 10 anymore. There's going to be no FICO 10 if they get this. FICO was adopted by Experian. There is no FICO. There's no Fair Isaac Corporation anymore. Now we have a private company that is nonprofit, that is run by the CFPB, unbiased, because it's not a profit company, who's going to be dictating whether or not you get approved for a loan, a credit card, a house, or a car. It's a scary thought. So I'm doing everything I can between now and the time that we don't know when this is going to happen to help you guys get ahead, because I want you to move from the credit bureaus with great credit into the new system with great credit. Do not move from shit credit into the system. You're going to get, literally, your time stops. Because there's that 4-year period now where if you have collections, right? So if they adopt it, it's going to be 4 years. You want to live the next 4 years with bad credit, not knowing what to do, not being able to get credit cards, not being able to get your home, not being able to get a nice apartment, not being able to get a loan, not being able to start a bit, whatever it is. That's the difference. So, I mean, look, I want to help you. I want to help you get from the credit bureaus being good, maintain it, help you leverage it, help you maintain the credit score. So when you get moved over, you're in good shape. Stimulus checks came out yesterday, today. Some people are getting it Monday. The best investment is in you. Right now, with the new information that we just got, because I stay current with everything that comes in, is that you need to invest in yourself. Education is key when it comes to this. And now's the time not to spend it on any BS. It's not time to spend on gold chains and watches and shoes or purses and makeup and hairs. It's time to spend it on things that are going to help you change your life. I want to move you from good, meaning the credit bureaus, to great into this new system. But I don't want to move you from bad into a bad system, in my opinion. Because if that happens, you're in a holding period for a few years. We're not being able to do anything. So let's get your credit fixed. Let's get you in the right position so you can move forward. All right. Here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to open up 2 Lambo packages because I got this news earlier this week. And we don't know when it's going to happen. But here's what you do know. If you take action now, I can help you in time to save you before you get moved over. So I'm going to open up 2 Lambo packages. I was not going to do this until I got this information. Now, if you guys don't know what the Lambo program is, it's the fastest credit repair on the planet. Results are in under 45 days. There's nothing in the world that's going to touch it with speed. Okay. Also, I've got a program where I can actually coach you one-on-one, personal touch, go through your credit report, see what you got going on. Literally a one-on-one conversation with me and you. We have a conversation. We pull up your credit report. We go through it. We see what's going on. I'm the one that does that, not one of my employees. It's called the Personal Touch Program. It's a 1-hour one-on-one. And then what we do is we stage that. And then also you get the Lambo program as well to get the results. So I help you stage it, results, and then after I help you with the funding process of it, getting you in the right area and direction so you can start getting funding immediately. This is what you need to take you to the next level. But I'm opening up 2 spots and that's it. So once you're watching this video, decide, do you want to go from bad to horrible or do you want to go from good to great? Because that's going to be the sequence. If we can get you from good, you're in good shape. And then your system adopts, you're going to be good. But if you're crap and you go to crap, you got 4 years of holding before anything happens. So I want to help you. 904-420-7772. I'm opening up 2 spots on Lambo right now. First come, first serve. Whoever wants them, who wants to change your life, let's rock and roll. I'm telling you this, education is key. And the fastest credit repair on the planet is going to change your life for you and your family. First 2 callers, get in. Let's do it right now. 904-420-7772. My name is Mike from The Credit Game. Let's roll.